Hello there, archers on the internet. Jeff from the Knocking Point here. And this last weekend I went to the Pennsylvania Bow Hunters Festival. And if you want to see all about that, go see Greg's video. I'll put a link, I don't know, somewhere here in the description, and a card, or so you can see, get an overview of what it was about. But anyhow, while I was there, I saw a guy, he had some arrows, and I said, huh, what are those? And they were gold tips. And you know how I'm an Eastern Axis fan. I like lots of arrows, but so he had these traditional 600 GT gold tip, traditional classic XTs, kind of a footed shaft, and it has a little collar that goes on it. And I said, oh, I have to try that out. So these could be my new favorite arrow. If nothing else, I'm going to see if these babies fit on the, it seemed to slide in, but I didn't try the little cover piece on my Eastern Axis, because the hits are pretty good, but yeah, you know what? I think this will survive a little better. But one of the interesting things, I got these cut to 30.5 because I always get my arrows cut to 30.5. It sticks out a ½ inch. So these are 31. And the instructions, maybe I'll read that or post it up there, said that you needed to cut them a ½ inch longer than normal. Maybe I just didn't read it right, didn't have my glasses on. So anyhow, I have these brand new arrows, and what I did is I zipped over to Lancaster Archery, ordered a ½ dozen, already fletched, because I know how long it'll take me to get these things done sometimes. The other good thing about Lancaster Archery is, besides ordering 6 fletched, I ordered 3 bear shafts the same length, and right now I came out and I said, hey, let me go try these out. I put on some 75 grain tips, some 100 grain tips points, and some 125 grain points. And that'll let me see how these are flying. So I grabbed my bear and shot some into the target. Maybe I'll now look at that group. What's that telling me? I don't know. Back to the drawing board. With different weight points, I would have kind of expected a little more. You can see that they're a little bit heavy. I was a little knock high. These are heavier arrows than the Eastern Axis. These here are running about 515-ish with the 125 grain point, and you can subtract 25 each and get an approximation. But they're heavier than the Eastern Axis. They're running 9.1 grains per inch. And I don't remember the collar weights. But as you can see from that group, back to the drawing board, I'll have to shoot some more to get a feeling in the bear. The bear shoots some in the Omega, and it was less definitive. So I'm going to have to go shoot a bunch more bear shafts and a bunch more fletched and see how I like these. I'm obviously not going to make a determination on whether these are my new favorite arrows until I've shot them for a year. There we go. So have fun out there. I'm going to be playing with my new arrows and see which bow it shoots in best. Now, if those are both 120, both 75 grain points, That would be interesting. Part of it's my release. It's one of the important things. You really have to get your form down well if you're going to try to do all this bear shaft tuning. Don't do any tuning until you have your form down, and mine's kind of eh. I saw that one twitch. Ended up in the same spot. The last time I shot it and I saw a twitch, it was the 100. Or it could be my form. Same spot. That was the 125 grain point. That one's stiff, definitely. Or stiffer. You can kind of see it fly. The bear shoots to the right. Nice line, might be a knock high. That one flew nice. I bet that was the heavy one. Okay. These arrows are a bit heavy. This is only a 35-pound bow. So we're running a bit on the heavy side with these arrows. Oops, I blew that one. Flew straight. Wasn't aimed in the right spot. So, an important thing to know when you're bear shafting is to know your skill level and to know not take things as gospel. You know, if you're a Jimmy Blackman, Dwayne Martin, Calvin Smock, these guys, yeah, maybe they can bear shaft and know exactly what's going on. For the rest of the world, just take it as a generalization. I can see really that get them moving as quickly. So it's all generalizations when you're doing this bear shafting. Don't take anything as gospel with just one or two shots. You have to do a bunch of them because there is the variation due to form. Did I mention that variation due to form? And look up Jimmy Blackman's video. I only heard about it, I haven't seen it. And he basically says, don't even, tuning's last, RAT. I don't know what it stands for. Repeatable, aim, and then tune. So maybe I'll put a link to that somewhere, maybe one of those cards. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know why it didn't show up in my feed, because I listen to whatever the heck Jimmy says, for sure. So. Boing. That was cool. So So this is 100 grain. Fletchings aren't quite in the right spot. Whee! That was an aim. That one just flies nice. This is a heavy one, 125. 125 and fletched. It's spined about right for this. However, it's heavy. That's a heavy arrow for a 35-pound bow. If I gapped, maybe that would be good, but I don't do the gapping thing, so I'm not quite sure what to do there. One flew nice. So, 5-inch fletchings. That'll straighten the heck out of really poorly spined arrows and crappy releases and stuff. Oh, one more bear shaft. You know, they all do pretty well. I don't know what happened there. Must have seemed like an okay release, but boy, it flew to the right. Don't know what happened there. Again, take it with a grain of salt. Don't drive yourself nuts. Say, oh well, I did something wrong that time. You could look through the video, maybe figure it out.